Hey guys, Corey here, the Art Archaeologist, and welcome to this Treasure Hunting Tuesday of Rust Grunge Art Cards tutorial. So, you want to start off with some grungy background art, and these cards I am actually have made into a kit. If you like this artwork, they come in 12, and you get the raw backgrounds, which is this right here, what you see. That is linked in the description box below. So what I've got started here is I'm using some folk art raw umber, and I've watered it down. Doesn't look like quite enough. I'm just going to toss a tiny drop in here. You want it pretty watered down. That's a little too much because you want good spatter. So I'm going to spatter the burnt umber color, and I'm going to do the same exact thing with this folk art metallic Inca gold. And I like to work out of these flats just because it contains the mess. Then after you're done spattering all these with, I like to just do both colors and get it all the spattering done in one shot. Then you can set these aside to let them dry. Okay, so here's these with the burnt umber and the gold, the Inca gold dried on them. And I just want to throw a little bit of this golden iridescent bronze color on here as well for spatter. I love this color for spatter. It's so beautiful. Okay, so here we are with all these goodies. Now, I'm using these really cute skeleton leaves, Tim Holtz Sizzix Thinlits, and there's not an exact name on the packaging that I have found for these, so you'll just want to look up skeleton leaves, and I'm sure you'll be able to find that pretty easily. I've made a few. And this is what they look like. So I've decided with these that I'm not going to sell the card as a digital product because I could run into copyright issues with the leaves themselves because they are not my design. You can barely see that one. It's there. It's really pretty, but it's hard to see. So here's another fun way that you can design your cards, and I've got one here to do real quick. Now, something I like to do is just take my sayings and pick a fun font and go ahead and print all your sayings on a piece of scrapbook paper of your choice, and then you get a really beautiful background, whatever you like to have. And then I've just torn these and inked around the edges, real super simple with my Tim Holtz Distress ink, of course. And I really do, vintage photo is my go-to color, but I also like to use Stays on Black a lot as well. So you just want to take your little torn, here's the card we're going to do real quick here. So you just, of course, want to ink that edge. I think it adds a lot to it, like I've said before. And it's quick and easy to do this, so that makes it nice. Okay, so there's that. I finally devoted a smaller flat. This is one of my scratchy brushes from Michaels, and I just love these scratchy brushes. They're so useful for so much. But I've devoted this smaller brush to my gluing and added it to my glue brush arsenal, so to speak. So here I've got this now, and what I wanted to do was with these cards, I did cut them down to make a kit of raw, and they are in my shop. The link is in the description box below. And these are rusty, let me tell you exactly. These are from the Rust Grunge set. of cards of papers that I have in my store. So you can get the cards this size, but I would recommend getting the other kit because then you have the full size and you have both sides. For these, I only printed up the one side, so it's just not as much value. Now, some of these cards, they're very raw, have some of these white unfinished marks in them, and I like to just come in with some ink and just kind of push those back, knock them back a little bit. And if you notice, you can spatter your work and then go right over it with the ink, and it won't affect your metallic spatter. See that? It stays intact, but it pushed that back real nicely. Now another thing you can do, of course, is cover that. So I'm thinking I like this card this way though. So all I want to do, I've got this cheesecloth here that I've done. I did a rusted fabric tutorial a long time ago, and I will link that below as well. I might just put that as an end screen. Either way, you will see it. It will be linked if you want to do some rusted fabric. I added some cheesecloth to my little batch of fabric. And that's how I got all this. And I like to just throw down the glue first and then put it. It's just so much easier. If you try to wrestle with the cheesecloth down, it is a pain. Whew. And it will shed on you, of course. It's kind of a tricky little thing to have to hassle with, but there you go, you've got that done. And then I'm just going to throw a little bit of glue. I was talking to my brother. He had called right when I started filming, and I haven't been able to talk to him for a while, so I went ahead and shut this down, and my brush is a little hard now, and my glue has a film over top. Just those little things that happen, you know. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put that there. I just like the look of that. I think it's fun. And then I'm going to take this big leaf here, and I found with this set of die cuts that you really need that roller brush tool that they sell to get all the little paper bits out. These are so tricky because you end up with all this glue on your glue sheet after, just because of all the holes, but you got to do what you got to do, right? So you want to go ahead and get that coated. And I want this down sealed pretty tight to my card just because I don't want the edges to get caught and come up later. And I like to just, I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Now I've got a few of these cut up in here, and what I've done is I've taken a sprig of this style here. There, you can see it on that white background. And I've just torn the leaves off, and that gives me a little bit more stuff to work with. I like to just wipe that off real quick, and then you keep going and going. I use my glue sheets for years, months, years. If I lose it, that's the only reason I don't use it. So I've got these littler leaves. Whoo-wee, I talk in circles. It's fun though. I want to cover everything for you. And then we've got these, just these little fun elements here. And as always, I do not give myself time to hem and haw over where I'm putting stuff. If I find a spot where it looks good, that's where it's going. Because I have told you guys before that I suffer from perfectionismitis. And I'm mostly cured from that now. So I invite you to cure yourself from it too. And don't give yourself a bunch of time to think it through. If you're like me and you're making a lot of these, since this one's perfectly, oh, helps to be in frame. Since this one's perfectly straight here, I'm tilting both of these a little bit. And it's as simple as that. Now, one other thing you want to do, and I said this in the last set of cards too, is, let me find one that's not done. I can get rid of this altogether. You want to take your Sharpie, and I just like to use a Sharpie. You could use ink. I discovered the other day when I was working on these that my StazOn is dried out, so I got to go buy another one. But I like to just go ahead and run this along the edge. Now you want the back side of your card and your pins set up like this. So if you're right-handed, of course you want it set up like this. And the reason being is this absolutely will slip. And you will mark your card. Can you? I don't know if you can see that. I'm sure you can. You'll mark your card. And you don't want that on the front. And I guarantee you it'll happen to you. So see, it just happened to me again. And it's a surefire way of not having it go on the front of your card. This paper is so thick. I like to use thick paper because it gives the card a nice weight and beauty to it, and but it's so thick that it's recognizable, so you really want to pay attention to your edges as well. And it's that simple to make these cute little cards. I also inked the edges and spattered my leaves, so the options are really endless. I'm going to go ahead and finish this entire set of cards and come back and do a quick flip through. Okay, so here's these cards all finished up, and I'm going to do a quick flip through of them. I wanted to show you real quick that I'm using the Pearl Shimmer envelopes and the Pearl Shimmer cards from the Paper Studio at Hobby Lobby. I like how these came out. This is a really fun little kit, and I'm going to get a few kits together and list them in my Etsy shop. These right here are the actual originals. And I'm going to put those up for sale soon after I get some inventory of them together. But I will not, like I said before, be offering this as a digital product just because the leaves are not my designs. So want to be careful of that. But look at all of the endless ideas and techniques that you can use on art cards. You can go on and on in so many directions, and this is fun because you end up with a whole set of artwork, you know, and something that you can share and hand out, hang on the wall, give away, anything you want. Just so fun. I enjoy making art cards a lot. Now these I'm leaving blank on the inside. See that shimmer? Isn't that beautiful? I'm just going to go ahead and leave these completely as is. The black ones are really the only ones that need an inner piece of paper to write on, you know, and the black ones don't even need that. But not everybody has white, you know, gel pens, so it's good to just put a little piece of paper in those. Such fun cards these are. I actually gold spattered this leaf on the other side, but against this burgundy background, I really wanted, I just put it upside down to see how it looked, and I liked it so much more because of the graphicness of that skeleton leaf. I wish these were my creation. They are incredible. I really love these, and I think they'd make great little stencils too. Great little jelly plate stencils. You know, I think I'm going to cut some of these with a thin plastic and give them a shot on my jelly plate because I think that'd be really fun. It's time to have another jelly plate session, a few of them. I like this background. This is so funny. This is from an erector set that I got at an auction. When I first started rusting fabric and paper, I was looking for rusty bits, and I was going to auctions regularly at that time, and that's how I ended up with this really cool piece of metal. And I got like 6 or 7 of these within the erector set. So you can get creative and find all different kinds of shapes of metals and keys and different, you know, I mean, you can just take this in so many directions. It's so fun. I've got some ideas for some new paper, background papers coming up soon here, and I'm going to be sharing those with you as well. So this is 12 cards in this kit here. Just fun. A really nice therapeutic art form. That is such a fun leaf. Here's how these looked. All gold spattered. Here's the front side of that. But that other one just looked so neat. I couldn't stand it. I had to put it upside down. And then I did one upright like this, one vertical card, and it's fun. But see, now this leaf is the same one, and it's really blended in there, but still beautiful in its subtlety. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I totally invite you to. I'm on a mission to grow this channel this year so that I can stick around and keep making more fun artwork with you guys and build on this lovely, wonderful, powerful community of artists. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I will see you real soon. Have a great day.